What's up, guys? Thanks as always for supporting the show. It would mean a lot to me if you would take a second to scroll down and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any more of our videos. Also, make sure you follow us all over social media so you don't miss any of our content or show announcements. Who is hot? The Warriors movement shooters. I was watching Warriors Pistons yesterday, and I was amazed at their ability to run quality offense without Steph Curry on the floor. But it's built off of a very simple concept. They have a bunch of guys who are willing and able to take jump shots on the move. This is important because it forces whoever's defending them to chase over the top. If they're just looking to drive on curls, or if they're not competent or comfortable shooting, running off of off-ball action or off of dribble handoffs, their defender in all likelihood is going to go underneath those screens and contain the basketball and dare you to shoot. You have to have a general willingness and ability to hit movement jump shots in the Warriors system in order for guys to chase over the top. And they do. Buddy Hield, locked in to start the season, looks like a shoe-in fit. He's getting 1.46 points per jump shot on 35 attempts so far. DeAnthony Melton, willing and able to take movement jump shots. Moses Moody, willing and able to take movement jump shots. Brandon Pajemski, willing and able to make movement jump shots. Lindy Waters looks like a guy who legitimately could be in this rotation. Now, again, that's the issue. Too many guys that look like rotation players for the Warriors. Steph was talking about it and how some guys are going to get their feelings hurt, and we'll see what happens. But in order to be able to put together a functional offense without a superstar, you have to be able to run action and have guys be threats within that action. So if you're running action and you've got 5 guys that are not named Steph Curry that are willing and able to come off of an off-ball screen and knock down a jump shot, that forces guys to chase. As soon as it forces guys to chase and the big guys to show, meaning the guys who are defending the screeners to show on the other side of the screens, that's when you start to get opportunities for guys slipping or rolling to the basket. In those situations, you need guys who screen well and can play make well on the roll. Trace Jackson Davis, Kevon Looney, Gary Payton II, Kyle Anderson, who was awesome against the Lakers again last night. Having guys that are willing and able to do that is the other side of that offensive kind of bracket in terms of how you make those actions function. That simple action, just having guys who are willing to come off of screens shooting and guys who set good screens and can play make on the roll. That simple combination gives you a pretty high floor offensively. Now, we all know if you run into a super elite defense that's super locked in, there are limitations on the talent level with this Warriors roster, right? We all know that. Steph is basically the only guy on the entire roster that you can trust to consistently generate quality shots against the best defenses in the league. But the floor is super high because of this foundation, and this is a testament to how good of a coach Steve Kerr is and how good leaders Steph and Draymond are. You just know they're going to maximize the talent on this roster by virtue of having functional talent that fits a system and then a consistent commitment to the details on a night in and night out basis. The bench groups in particular for the Warriors last night kicked the shit out of the Lakers. That, to me, is a sign of organizational competence and intensity. Nice start for the Golden State Warriors in preseason this year. Who is not? This is our last segment of the show. The Lakers shot selection. Last night, the Lakers took 34 catch-and-shoot jump shots. Only 7 of them, according to Synergy, were logged as unguarded. So 27 of their 34 catch-and-shoot attempts last night were considered guarded. This preseason so far, 64% of the catch-and-shoot jump shots that the Lakers have taken have classified as guarded by Synergy. Remember, last year, more than half of the Lakers' shots were considered unguarded in catch-and-shoot situations in the regular season. So they were going at 49% guarded catch-and-shoot jump shots last year in the regular season to 64% guarded catch-and-shoot jump shots in preseason so far. They are simply just forcing a lot of bad shots. It's crazy watching them too, because even last night against the Lakers, it's like how many of these attempts are just they dribble the ball off the floor and they throw a pass to somebody on the wing, and the dude on the wing has just a tiny bit of separation and he just lets it fly from 3. Those aren't good shots. Those are shots you can get later in the clock. Remember, the specific reason why the Laker offense was awesome last year was they dominated the paint and they were deadly on wide open threes that they generated off of those paint touches. That's why they were such a high 3-point percentage team. And in offensive rating, remember, they were the third best offense in the league over the final 46 games of the season. That is more than half the season. This was not an offense that needed a dramatic shift in approach. This was an offense that needed minor tweaking. Okay. Now, again, I'm not going to be overly critical of JJ Redick in this regard, because anytime that you come in and try to implement new things, there's always sloppiness, and it is way too soon after a handful of preseason games to act as though we have enough of a sample size to just commit ourselves to this idea that JJ's screwing things up. That's not what's happening here. I'm just saying, on a small sample size, I think the Lakers are taking too many bad shots. They're only getting 0.82 points per attempt in those contested catch and shoot jump shots that they're taking. So they're not actually helping the offense. And again, there's a ton of other positivity. He's added a lot of structure. They're running more organized offense on a higher percentage of their possessions. They are talking about and emphasizing the right things. I am overall positive on the JJ fit with the Lakers. But this specific approach to increasing three-point volume is something that I disagree with. Again, the three-point volume is not the way that you increase offensive efficiency. As I mentioned last time we talked about this, 8 of the top 12 three-point volume teams last year missed the playoffs. Like, the actual way you increase your offensive efficiency is by hunting the highest quality shot on that individual possession. And as we know, the highest quality shot in basketball is a quality rim attempt. The next highest quality shot in basketball is a quality catch and shoot attempt. After that, you can get into all these like different things in terms of contested rim attempts, contested catch and shoot threes, mid-range shot attempts, things along those lines. And yes, I would like to see the Lakers turn some of their contested mid-range attempts into more catch and shoot threes. I would like to see them try to turn more deliberate offensive approach into more high quality catch and shoot threes. But the answer to improving your efficiency in your shot value is not just jacking up more contested catch and shoot threes. Again, it's way too early. As I mentioned in our last rant about this, there's a whole other element to this, which is confidence. Like, if JJ is trying to breed confidence in his team, he's going to tell them to have just an unbelievable green light and then try to parse it back based on results in the season. Okay, this guy's just shooting the seams off the basketball. I just want him to keep shooting no matter what, anytime he gets any space. Okay, this guy's struggling. He's taking a lot of bad shots. Let's sit down with him and go over some film. Let's try to parse this back a little bit. So that's the reason why I'm not overreacting to it. There's this whole other confidence element. We want to give JJ time to really build this out over time. However, in the small sample to start preseason, the Lakers' approach to increasing the three-point volume has just been jacking up bad contested catch-and-shoot threes. That's not a strategy that I agree with, and it is something that I will be keeping an eye on as we get into the regular season. On the bright side, Anthony Davis looks like an absolute monster so far in preseason. He had 17 post-ups that have led to 25 points, including passes. That's 1.47 points per possession. Last night against the Warriors, he literally looked like AD from the bubble, just knocking down tough jump shot after tough jump shot, just fluid scoring, just looking like nobody can guard him. If Anthony Davis is a bona fide MVP candidate this year, we have to recalibrate the Lakers. And so he's been amazing. Really curious to see if that trickles into the regular season.